There is no way we are back on this island yet again, right? There's no way we're gonna do this again. Well, actually, we are. We're back in Stormworks, and we are back in survival mode and career mode, I suppose. This isn't just a normal career mode, though. There is Bungeling Raiders and improved civilian traffic, as well as 2 mods that I've installed as well. We have 1x1 engines, and we also have better hitboxes. That is everything that is involved here. Anyway, I had the idea that I wanted to build a nice starter boat, and in order to do that, I figured we might as well do a bit of a career mode series. Instead of it being a normal series, though, I am going to go ahead and commit to 5 episodes for this thing, and we'll see how far we get. So, join me in hardcore career mode in Stormworks yet again. Fortunately, during that intro, I did see something kind of interesting, and the interesting thing is, well, there is a crate up here on the roof. There it is right there. I say roof, on the top of the island. Bam! $6,500, all mine. We have done this walk a million times, but let's run down to the workbench, and we're going to start building a kind of a small vessel. I want it to be relatively small. The thing is, though, if we do check the map, there could be enemies about, and we will see them on the map, but I don't currently see any nearby. No. Oh, they're starting to pop up now. Look at that. There's one there. There's one down here. These guys, I believe... yeah, they're under attack. These are civilian vessels that are under attack. We need to possibly help some of those. But right now, I don't see any enemies near where we are. So we are here, and we are going to start building pretty much right now. So I'm going to move this to the front, and we're going to see it as a front section. Obviously, we are going to need rope sections or rope pieces for this. So I'm going to attach one of those on right there. In fact, actually, I need multiple of these. I want to do it kind of like that, but actually we'll do it afterwards. That's fine. So, delete this piece, and let's start building. We're going to go backwards a few of these. We're then going to go backwards with a few of these. 2 of those. And then possibly 2 of these. There we go. That's how big we want the front of this boat to be. We're then going to go backwards a tiny bit, and then we're going to bring it down. Possibly by like 3, but maybe just 2. There you go, 2. We'll bring it backwards like this, and that, right there, is the start of our boat. I do think maybe it could come backwards a little bit more, and then we're going to go with a single one of these, just like so, and then finally, one of these guys like this. There we go. Bring it from there, over to this side. Perfecto. Nice. All right, that doesn't actually look too bad. So, what are we going to do from here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and build this in just like this. It's a pretty crazy way of doing it, but that's what we will do. We're then going to attach that guy onto there, and then obviously we need to make sure that we go backwards quite nicely back this way. Essentially, I'm creating a little bit of an overhang, and this will make our boat look a lot better than if I didn't do this. So there you go. All right, so far so good. What we're about to do from here is the thing that makes it look a heck of a lot nicer. So, chuck this guy on here like so, bringing it all the way forwards to there. We're then going to go with 2x2s, which brings it all the way forwards to here. On the very front, we're obviously going to need these guys, which brings it to there. Chuck that on there. That is lovely. I'm bringing it back from here. Obviously, I want it to come downwards, just like so, and that's a-okay. I'm going to go ahead and essentially do the same thing again underneath here, just like this, all the way forwards to there. We're going to do these guys underneath that, and then obviously on the very front, we're going to need one of these. There we go. Check that directly onto there. Beautiful. Okay. Right here, we are obviously just going to go ahead and box that bit in like so. I am going to go ahead and attach this guy onto the back, and I am going to go ahead and chuck one of these guys right here like this, and go across there like that. Alright, perfect. That works out very nicely. From there, obviously, we're going to go ahead and whack this guy on. As we get to the very back, we're going to have to use one of these. And weirdly, I kind of want to just do this sort of thing. Or I suppose it's actually this. So if we did that and that, that's sort of okay. We'll go with it. This looks pretty good. From here, we're going to delete each of these individual parts, and we're going to replace them with, well, full blocks instead of wedges. That's all good. On the interior of there, we're then going to attach these guys back on. Slowly but surely. And that is perfecto. On top of there, we are actually going to start adding these bits back together. But it's going to have to start back there. That's all good. We are going to go ahead and chuck one of these guys across the front, just like that. And we are actually just going to seal that little bit off right there. From here, we should be able to just branch this back over. That's lovely. And because we've actually got to the edge right here, we're going to do this. And then finally, we are going to do this. There we go. Box that off right there. I am going to go ahead and just seal this right here as well. And these guys are going to be essentially boxed in together, I suppose. So let's seal all that off and try and make sure that whatever we have here is correct. There we go. Send that there as well. I guess what I am actually going to do is delete a few of these, bring it forwards, and that is where the bridge is going to go. Okay, so let's bring this backwards just a little bit, not like terribly much. There we go. And what we're going to do is essentially this. So we attach that to there, this to here, and then we're going to put these guys on the rear. All right, now we actually need the bridge to go in, and then we can work on the bottom of this thing, but I want the bridge to look nice. I was wondering if this would look crazy or not, and it does look, I guess, a tiny bit crazy. So we're gonna roll with it for now. If I need to change it in the future, then I guess I totally can. But what I want to do right now is this. So we are gonna try and attach that onto there, kind of like that. But I suppose I need to use this guy instead. I think. Or maybe this guy. I don't know. I need to try and work this out so that it fits in. I think I can do it with these guys. So if this goes on here like so, that looks pretty good. And then if I fill in the corner with this one, which is like that, we should be able to get away with using one of these guys, I think. Which should go on there like this, I think. There we go. And then we can attach it together here. But actually, I think that's too wide, so I'm going to try and use one of these guys instead. Is that even correct? That's too oh, unless I do this. Oh. Why can't I work it out in my head which way this goes? There, like that. Perfect. And then obviously we need to attach those together with angled pieces, which is these guys. I think we're going to need these, like that. And then I'm going to need a singular one in the center, which is somewhere in here. I don't actually know where. This one? There we go. All right, yeah, that works. With that being said, we're then going to have to delete this guy and this guy, so let's shove that across there. That guy into there, and this one into here and here. And that is a nice looking bit, I think. I'm then going to delete this guy, chuck that on there, and chuck one of these guys across here like this, because I'm going to extend that across there like that. Okay. I mean, so far that looks kind of ugly, but hopefully it's okay. I don't really know. That looks really, really weird, actually, because it's too thick here. Maybe if this wasn't so thick, I could just do this. All right, let's roll with that for now. And then I might just have to attach this guy onto there like this. We're going to do one of these on here like so as well. And then I guess we'll just extend it around and hope for the best. I don't know, is that a good way of doing things? Probably not. But it's the way I'm going to do things. So there you go. All right, chuck that across there. Fasten these all together just like so. And that right there is our bridge. I think that's pretty sick, actually. It looks good. Just a quick break to see what you guys want to see in this series. Do you want to see boats, planes, cars, trains? What do you want to see? Obviously, it's only going to be 5 parts, at least for now. But, yeah, let me know. Obviously, from here, we need to go down even further, but we don't need it to be, like, too far down, so we're just going to go ahead and attach these guys on like this. We'll go ahead and shove both of those on, so one there and one here, and then obviously we're going to need to use these guys going backwards from there. There we go, there's one, and there's two. That is excellent. From there, we're obviously going to go ahead and fill this little bit in right here. And I think we might actually have the bottom go in right now. There you go. Shove that all the way to there. Shove this all the way to here as well. We're going to fill this little section in just like so. That's good. And this little section right there. Okay, that is pretty much our boat. So, with that being said, where does the helm actually need to go? Let's try and figure that out. So, helm, I think we should put it here-ish, probably. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and do this across the bottom. We will attach all of these guys together, obviously. And, well, we're going to hope for the best there. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and fill all of that in right there. We are going to go ahead and fill in all of the bottom section as well, just like this. There we go. And I guess I'm going to do this little bit at the front too. Okay, fantastic. I think now then, this will actually float. So let's just make sure the inside's done. Yeah, let's try it out. Here we go. Oh yeah, it floats, but it is a bit weird. We are going to need to seal this bit off, so let's go ahead and extend this bit backwards just a little bit, and then I think we'll actually come across here as well. So, door. Let's go ahead and shove ourselves a door in. It's not going to be electric. I think I'm just going to go with a sliding one, and we'll actually chuck this. I kind of want it off to the side, which is a little strange, but actually, yeah. I want it off to the side edge. It is going to have to come in one. That's okay. Let's go ahead and seal this bit off like that. We'll seal this bit off as well to here. And we're going to have to do this. Unfortunately, but that's fine. Right, check that in. Excellent. Yeah. All right, so I don't know if it's going to float any better now. It possibly might. Possibly. But we'll see. Yeah, see, it floats a tiny bit better. But we're going to have to balance it out a lot better than that. Turn the lights on! Turn the lights on! Oh yeah, look at that. There's so much weight at the front of this thing. That's pretty crazy. So, we're going to obviously need an engine at the back. So that is the next step. And then we can see how balanced it is after that. Let's go ahead and do it! We're actually sending these guys back to about here. We're then going to put a propeller on. And essentially, that will be it. Yes, that's not too bad. We are going to attach it up to there slightly, I guess. So let's just go ahead and chuck those. Oh, I didn't put it in the right place. No, it needs to go here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, that works. And then obviously we're going to need some rudders somewhere on here as well. The other thing that I was kind of feeling was doing something like this out the rear. Which is just a little platform we can stand on, so that we don't have to, stand on the propellers. You know, it's just like a little thing. Yeah, I feel like that works. Maybe. Let's go ahead and chuck this guy on there, just because we can, and then possibly just get away with this. All right, sure, we'll go with that. In case you're wondering what engine we're going to go with, it is going to be a small modular engine, yes. So let's go ahead and just get that built. We're going to have it have 1,000,000 cylinders, and that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cylinders. On each one, which is crazy because there is actually going to be 2. There you go. At the rear, we're actually going to go ahead and put a temperature gauge on. I know I can do that through composite data, but we're going to do it like this anyway. This is fine. We've got a tool for it, so we might as well use it. Alright, good. So now, if I type in engine again, we have to do exhaust, we have to do air, we have to do coolant, we have to do everything. But first, I need to attach, where is it? One of these onto the front. So we're going to get a starter, that's going to go there, and an alternator, which is going to go right here, and that's all good. Yes. Air thingamabobby is going to go off to the side, and then I guess the fuel one is going to go on the other side, if we can. So, fuel. Oh, we're also going to need coolant as well, obviously. But here we go. Fuel, shove that right there. And then coolant, we're going to shove on there as well, just like this. And then I guess the exhaust can go up and out of this one. Alright, fantastic. Although actually, I wouldn't mind the exhaust going out the bottom. So I could just attach one of these guys onto here like this, send it straight down via a pipe, and have it go out the bottom of the craft. Yeah, I am actually going to do that. Does it make sense? Maybe. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Right, chuck this onto here like... Oh, like that. There we go. Very good. We're going to go ahead and chuck one of these onto here as well, obviously. And then fluid, we're going to chuck on there as well. There we go. Fluid port. Bam. So the exhaust is going to be routed down through the bottom. What that allows us to do is actually add a control surface onto the bottom as well. And that should allow us to be a little bit more stable in the water. There we go. So let's go ahead and just have a little look at it and see what that is now like. Because we've added some stuff. Okay, not terrible, but not the best still. So for fuel, we are going to go ahead and chuck this in. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. What we're going to do is obviously pipe this together. So send this around the back, and we will attach it on to both pieces. All right, that's all we need to do. So that goes to there, this goes to here, and we will, of course, attach those together. There you go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fuel tanks. That's good. I think that's enough fuel tanks. As for coolant, not sure how we're going to do that just yet. And air is actually going to go forwards. So we'll leave it going straight down the side. But what we'll do is we'll have it go up here. There we go. So up there, straight through the top. And that is okay. All right. Well, we just got to route it to it. So send it. There you go, all the way to the front. We're obviously going to have to route it around. So delete that guy, shove it through here, shove this one upwards, and attach this guy directly to the top like so. From there, we should be able to just straight pipe it all the way up to the top. Okay. I am going to grab a fluid thingamabobby, and we will put that right there. Excellent. Okay, how do we cool this thing then? I'm actually thinking we delete this right here, and we add a heat thingamabobby. Yeah, a radiator. That's what I was thinking. There you go. Radiator on the side. That's actually somewhat fine, I guess. What I also wanted to do was this. Down the back, just like so. And then I suppose as we get to the back, I'll do that. There you go. I might even leave this bit wide open. But that looks okay to me. What we're then going to do is get some railings. And I am actually going to chuck these on as well. It wasn't realistically part of the plan to begin with. But I think that's pretty cool. So, we have to delete this guy and delete this guy. We are, of course, going to be piping those in. So if I can get these at the right angle, that would be great. One there, one there. We will, of course, chuck this going inwards. This one going inwards as well. We are going to pipe this sort of this way, which is a little bit strange. But the reason I'm doing that is because I want some pumps on here. And then essentially the pump goes directly into there. There we go. So that one could go that way. This one could go this way. Don't need two, if I'm honest. So actually, I am going to get rid of this one. And we'll just pipe those straight into each other. There you go. Perfect. The next thing that I'm going to do is add a door. So we are going to get these guys, and I am going to chuck it on here like that. I guess I need to put this guy back in. That's fine. So this goes on here like so. And I kind of want it that way around, but what that'll allow us to do is fix all of the engine from above, which is exactly what I want to do. Looks a bit crazy, but yeah, I think that'll work out for me. Oh, look at that. With the weight in so far, it actually doesn't look too bad. Still too much weight at the front, but we are, again, able to put more weight at the back if we need to, so that's actually fine. I do currently hear like a jet engine. It must be that. So that's the aerial refueler. We're actually fine. That isn't an enemy. But if there was an enemy... Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, if there was an enemy, we might actually struggle. That's an enemy just there. Which actually, yeah, it means it's really far away. So that's actually fine. I don't think this thing is going to be able to, like, you know, like, pull anything. And in fact, actually, I haven't put a gearbox in. we are likely to need a gearbox. So I might actually even put them outside. But even though it's not likely to be able to pull anything, I am still going to add rope anchors back here on the rear. So we're going to go ahead and chuck one in the center and one off to either side like that. I'm also going to add like a winch somewhere back here in the center. Probably one of these ones. So let's delete that and these. And we'll chuck that on there like that. And yeah, we'll use that to pull things. It is quite far back, but I think that's actually okay. We're also just going to go ahead and put some buttons in the floor as to how to use this thing. So toggle button's going to go there. Winch in, and then obviously winch out. They're probably on the wrong side actually, but that's fine. So winch out is down, winch in is up. That's probably okay. I'm also going to add these guys down the sides, so let's go ahead and shove one as far back as I possibly can. We're going to shove one there, and we're going to shove one here, and I suppose one there as well. And possibly even one right here, just in case we need it. Yeah, that works, I think. I might even put one up here, like this, and one there. Okay, and then realistically I could put one here as well, but I don't want to do that. That's too many. If you're enjoying the video so far, please leave a like on it down below and consider subscribing. I'm grabbing some equipment already as well. Obviously, we will probably need some of this, so let's do it all in white to begin with. Eventually, I will paint this thing properly, but for now, we're just going to shove some random stuff on here and hope for the best. So we have a welder and a fire extinguisher. I'm also going to add these guys above and some ropes just here on the deck. So a rope, a rope, a rope. There we go. And I will actually just do this. There we go. So chuck another one of these guys on there. That's fine. And I think I'm actually happy with that. Let's drop these guys down as well. Chuck that on there. And this piece can be left open for now as well. Okay. Just in case we ever actually end up carrying something on the back of this, I am going to delete that right there and this right here. And we will actually do that off to both sides, just as in case as well. That works. Okay, fantastic. This is actually looking lovely. It's a beautiful first boat. The microcontroller for both engines is going to go in now, and I'm just going to chuck it on the front. I don't see why not. So chuck it in there. That is excellent. We now have to attach all of these guys together. So starter goes to starter. Starter goes to starter. Excellent. We got air throttle. That one is on the outside. And fuel throttle. That one is there. Air is on the outside, fuel is on the inside. Very good so far. Key, I don't have a key. Let's put some keys in here, actually. Here we go, so start the left engine, we'll put it here. In fact, I'll get the RH key. There we go, chuck that there. And that is awesome. So this one is gonna start this side, obviously, and then this one is gonna start this side. Again, obviously. Yes, okay. RPS goes to the engine, RPS goes to the engine, and then the throttle input, I think, is just going to be on WNS. Actually, it should be on up and down. Yeah, throttle input should be on up and down, and up and down. Okay. I think that's all good. Yeah, that is pretty much everything in there that we need to do. That's fantastic. We now need the clutch to actually do something, so that's going to be on WNS, and WNS. Okay. The clutch for the alternator is also going to be on WNS. Right there and right there. And that's all good. Yes. I do need a gearbox, or I will need a gearbox. So let's just chuck this into here like this. 1 and 2. We're going to have it be like 9 to 5 and 9 to 5. Actually, 9 to 5 and 3 to 2. Yeah, why not? There you go. 9 to 5, 3 to 2. Excellent. This is going to be for reverse, so that's going to go on 2, and 2 is going to go to there as well. Okay, I feel like in this situation then, it should actually work. We are still missing things though. For example, we need a rudder, so I'm going to go ahead and chuck a rudder onto here, obviously, and I'm going to have one there and one here, and that's all good. Can I actually chuck one of these at the top? I'm not allowed. I'll leave them as they are. That's actually fine. So we'll obviously connect this to A and D. And he's going to go to this one as well. We are going to need some batteries. I'm going to have these guys in here, right in front of the engines. There we go. All right, awesome. Sorry for the bong. And that's all good. Yeah. All right, connect this to here, and then this to everything else. That's right, everything on this side is connected. And then this to everything on this side. There we go. Excellent. And then I'm going to connect this up to here, here, and here. And I'm going to do the same here, here, and here. All right. I'm also going to connect this to everything at the front. And that's fine, as well as these guys. Perfect. Okay. This thing should actually work now. It is paint time. So we are going to take this color and we're going to shove it all over this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit. There we go. Going to do these pieces as well. And we are actually going to go ahead and do this bit right here. There we go. Very nice. From there, we're going to go ahead and do all of this. Okay. And all of that right there as well, including this piece and maybe the interior bits also, I guess. Oh, I'm not doing it on both sides. I hate when this happens. I absolutely hate when this happens. Jug that, jug that, jug that. There we go. Do this bit right here. Excellent. Across to there. All of this bit. And jug. Okay, paint that piece as well. And then on the interior bit, we're going to go ahead and do this. As long as I paint all of this section correctly, I should be able to jug that bit. Okay, gonna do this piece too. That is excellent, I think. From there, we are actually gonna try and do Frantic Red, as we always sort of seem to do. And I'm gonna put that all over the boat. Actually, no. No! Shove that there, and here, and here, and here. And on this piece. I'm then gonna do this bit right here as well. Okay, in red. Fantastic. We're going to bring it down like this, and that is awesome. What we're also then going to do is all of this in this color, and we're going to hope that that is lovely. It does seem lovely so far, but I don't know. There we go, all of that. We are going to have to do all of this, and paint it all. There we go, fantastic. Slowly but surely, we are getting it done. There we go, all of the underside of there. Everything. Paint it all! Yeah! This little piece in the center, these guys, and this bit, and this bit. Okay. We're then going to send the red through all of these guys. Excellent. Do this piece, and all of that. And then on the back, I think we're going to go with, like, this grey. Send it across there. Jug that bit and that bit. And this bit and this bit. And paint the rest. There we go. And then the deck color itself, I don't really know, but probably some sort of grey. Again. Like a darker, I don't know. A darker greeny grey? That kind of works. There we go, paint these guys. Excellent, paint that piece as well. And these guys. And that seems a-okay with me. Don't know about this white bit right here. I think I'll make it red. There we go. And then these guys, I think I might as well make them grey. And I think I'll make that grey as well. Okay, so far so good, I think. A different color red needs to be used up here, so we are going to be using a different colored red, and we're just going to go ahead and try and make sure that it actually looks relatively good, I suppose. There we go, paint those pieces right there, paint the door all the way across the top of this bit. The actual frame of this window is not going to be red. It's going to be grey. And that's it, I think. Might actually send the grey across here as well, just so that all of this bit is actually coloured in, as well as this piece right here. Alright, I mean, it looks interesting. Does it look good, though? I don't know. I really don't. Alright, paint those guys as well. I think this is ready for a test run. Although I don't know if it's going to be good, but we can try. What I also wanted to do, actually, is delete, like, this bit twice. We're going to go to fluid. And I am going to go ahead and chuck... where is it? Where is the big one? There we go. I am going to chuck one of these in. So we'll do it in white to begin with. 1 and 2. and then I'm just going to paint them. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. We still need to add stuff to the top of this. It still needs lights, etc., etc., and that should be fine. Friction, yes. Let's go ahead and just chuck like some random ones of these, as well as this. There we go. Excellent. And then I think I'm actually going to go to exhaust, and I'm going to add these guys across here. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. What's the difference in spacing here? 14. So if we go across 7, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then this one should be the same as that one. So that's currently 6, and this one is currently 6. Aha! Very nice. No idea what kind of interior color we need on this thing, but I do want to have some sort of interior color, and I'm actually going to go ahead and change the white into whatever that interior color is going to be. So I don't actually mind it being like an off tan color like this. That bit right there looks a little bit strange, but it is just going to stay like that. I actually don't mind that coloring whatsoever. Yeah, all of the interior is obviously the same way. We are going to need a bilge pump, but what I would like to do is test this thing. So, let's go ahead and change this to diesel. Diesel, 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 and diesel. One more thing that I need to do down here. I'm first of all going to get rid of all of those. And that. We are going to add a pipe directly onto here. Which is going to do this. Here we go. I then need one of these guys to go straight up, obviously. And then one of these guys to go up as well, but differently. Oh, it's in the wrong place. It's in the wrong place. If I just turn this thing around, that will be fine. Bosh. Haha. There we go. Oh, that doesn't work either. That doesn't work either. Right, hang on. Put this back. And what I'm going to do is put a hose on there. Here we go. That's how we fill it in. We're going to put a dial on there to show how much is in the tanks. And that's fine. We're then going to actually just grab this, shove it on there like that, get a gas relief valve, one of these, chuck that on there, and then from there we're going to go up, and we're going to put a fluid port directly on top of that. Need to paint those fluid ports down there. That's okay. Paint that. Very good. And paint this. Whew! Alright, things are getting done. We're doing things. Delete the roof! Delete the roof! Right, dials. Here we go. Haha! Dial, yeah. Grab it in this color. Grab the dial. Shove it in. There we go. 1 and 2. And actually, we'll put one in the middle. This one, speed. Yeah. We're going to put like 1,000 in here because we're going to obviously go that fast. We're going to put fuel on this side, and we're actually going to go ahead and put battery on this side. Okay, so I'm going to have to connect all those together. Still need to do lights on this thing, by the way. But that's fine. That's okay. Speed sensor is going in first. Let's chuck that right there and connect it directly to the speed thingamabobby. There we go. Battery is going to go straight to a battery. And then we're going to add all of the tanks together down here so that we can get a number for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough, right? Is that right? So that goes to there. This... Oh, wait, is that tank pressure? Don't need that. That goes to there. Very nice. Tank content goes to there. This goes into the next one. Then tank content. Next one. Tank content. Next one. And then tank content on this one. And this goes into both this dial and this dial. Okay. Get rid of these. Put that back in there. Paint the roof. We are good to go. Don't know how I feel about the red bridge. We'll try and figure that out later. Maybe what we'll do is we'll actually have a line of white on this, but who knows. So let's save it as it is. It's just called part 1 for now. And let's take her out for a spin. Oh, there's like water on the deck already, and this door is the wrong color, but it's fine. Start your engines! Okay, they're on. And it dies instantly. It actually dies instantly. Gearboxes. Change the gearboxes right now. Instead of 9 to 5, we're actually going to go with 6 to 5 and 6 to 5. There you go. 6 to 5. 6 to 5. Excellent. They are trying to push around a decent amount of stuffs, so that's... Uh-oh. I just froze mid-air, but we're good. Hopefully this time it works. Go. Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. I wasn't revving the engine. I wasn't actually revving the engine. I forgot that it's on 2 buttons. Okay, so our speed currently is 7.5. And it doesn't use an incredible amount of fuel. Perfect. Okay. Currently don't have third person, but we will have third person in a second. But for now, look at this! Yes, it's relatively low in the water, so we can actually get things and people onto the deck relatively easily. It's big enough so that we can store a bunch of things, and if I put some seats in here, this thing is going to be amazing. Also, feel like I need to add a weapon to the side or the back or something, just so that I can defend myself. So that's probably going to happen next. Would it be really bad to change the color of the bridge? I think it would be. Back to white? I feel like that's too crazy. Also, don't know why that is that color. There we go. Is that too crazy? I think it might be. I don't know. Oh, I accidentally put reverse gear in wrong as well, so I've fixed that as well. But we're in a good situation now, so what I want to do next is delete the inside of this. Go ahead and shove this guy onto there like so. Obviously painting the outside correctly if I can. There we go. And then on the interior, we're going to have seats. We're actually just going to go ahead and shove a bunch of seats in here. So let's go ahead and shove them straight across here. We'll do that like that. And then seats can go straight in there and hopefully be fine. Here we go. So 1 and 2. Excellent. And then I might as well actually add another one just here. In fact, we can add a few. So 1, 2... There we go. Go ahead and check these on. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. And that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seats. Excellent. I almost forgot to put a hose on this thing, so we are actually going to go ahead and shove that guy right there. I will paint the outside of this, and then I actually want to add a cable anchor onto this thing somewhere as well, so I'll actually just put it there. And then, I guess we'll actually just add a cable too. So shove this in here like so, and that should be fine as well. There we go. What I'm also going to do is connect most of these things on the side together via rope, because I think that'll be good. And the main reason this is actually good is because... Hold on, there we go. Is because they're actually free, I do believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're free. It is time for a random mess of things to be located on the roof as well. So let's just do that. We're going to have one singular one of these go backwards like so. I will chuck this guy on here like this. Actually, no, I won't. I'll put that there. But actually, these guys are going to go forwards one. Aha, yes. That means then we can chuck this guy in here and that's fine. From there, we are going to attach these guys to here like this. We'll attach that onto there like that, and we'll pipe this. No, we won't. No, we won't. We'll actually just do this. There we go. All right, it looks a bit crazy so far, but that's fine. In fact, actually, maybe we use these guys instead. Ooh. From there, we can attach these guys onto here like this, and finally, one of these guys can go on there like that. That looks pretty nice to me. The nav lights themselves are going to go here, so let's do that. Here we go. Lights. Normal lights, go ahead and chuck those on there. The nav light, the first one, is going to go here. And that's A-OK. All right, good. Yeah. RX. Here we go. We're just going to put some of these on. These are just for looks, pretty much. So I'm going to chuck them in there like that. That's fine. And then I don't really know what else to put on here. Obviously, we could do radar and stuff like that. But I don't think I want to. I don't think so. Although we should have something up here that looks a little bit nicer. Obviously, it's not about looks right now, really. It's more about actually being able to do something with the ship, but it's fine. Let's put these guys up here, and actually we'll put a spotlight directly on the top. Well, I say top, close to the top, like that. Okay, yeah, that works. Might actually put one pointing backwards as well, just so that we can see backwards on a night. And that works as well. All right, let's paint these orange, I guess. There we go. And then we have to do the nav lights after that. So, left is red, right is green. I got that wrong on my last ship, but I got it right this time, so we're good. Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead and get some buttons, put them on the inside, and make sure that we can actually turn each of these things that I've added on and off, I suppose. Okay, let's do it. So, that one there, this one here, essentially we'll have spotlights right here. Close. Spotlights, there we go, very good. And we'll have nav lights right next to them. On the other side, we will actually go ahead and have deck lights, because we are going to need some. Deck lights, there we go, excellent. And let's attach these guys together. So spotlights go to these guys, 1, 2, and 3. And then nav lights go to this one, 1, 2, and 3. And then I guess beacon lights we'll have as well. Here we go. So I'll put that over here. Beacons. Yes, beacons. Attach that directly to here, and that's all fine. Okay, so electricity needs to go to every single one of these things that we've just added, including all of the buttons. I've really messed up my electricity at the front, but it is what it is, that's fine. And there we go. They're all connected together. Beautiful. It's now deck light time. So let's attach one directly underneath this, like so. We'll put it underneath that one, and we'll actually put it underneath that one as well. And then we'll paint all of these together. And the other side doesn't need painting. That's all fine. Okay, so electricity needs to go to each of those as well. 1, 2, and 3. And I didn't mirror it, so we need to copy and paste it to the other side. So grab that one all the way to here, copy it, press U, take it over to the other side, and paste it in. There we go. All right, nice. We're then obviously going to have to give those electricity as well. So we're going to 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we now have to connect those to deck lights, which is this. So it goes to there, light switch, okay, there and there. And then these ones go to here, here, and here. That should be it, I think. Okay, there's more to this though, because this key right here needs to do this radiator, and it also needs to do this pump. So we're going to go ahead and do the same over here. So to the radiator and to the pump, and that's all good. Yeah. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put these guys back here too, because I can. So paint that like that, and the underside needs painting too, obviously. So I'll paint all of those, and that actually to me looks pretty good. There we go, perfect. Oh, it's nighttime, but I want to give this a test. So we are going outside. The lights are working completely fine, actually. This is good. Every single light is fine. I would like to go faster than this, though. 5. All right, we're going to increase the speed. I'm going to go ahead and add some buoyancy to this so it's a little bit higher. And then we'll have a pretty good ship. Boat thing. I've shoved a bed inside. Let me go ahead and... Wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Does it not actually let me sleep? I don't think it does. I don't think it lets me sleep. That's not good. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and do this and this. There we go. Start your engines. I'm revving it up. There we go. And then we're going to try and go. Okay. Slowly but surely. We are outside. I would like the front to lift up more, if I'm honest, but how fast are we going? Currently 6.5. All right, nav lights, spotlights. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. We need to be quicker than this. We really do. This is far too slow. I'm going to bed. I have changed some things, but I'm going to bed before we test them out, just so that we can actually see. Because obviously, if we can't see, then that's a problem anyway, so... Straight to bed for me, open the door, inside we go, and straight into sleep. There we go, beautiful. Alright, sleep all the way through. We do actually have a mission now if we want to do that. Which, one person isn't great as a rescue, but it's not too far away. Let's run back down and see what our boat works like now. Hopefully it's a lot better, but... I don't know. Looks like it's sitting nicer, a little bit. Still nose down, but that's okay. Go ahead and turn this on, turn this on. Nav lights on, deck lights on. And throttle her up. Let's go. There we go. I've increased the allowed RPS up to 25 instead of 15. Which honestly should allow us to move through the water quite nicely. Yeah. This is not bad. Still a little bit too front heavy, but not bad at all. What speed? 13 meters per second. Pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to add more weight to the back. One of the issues that I'm having right now is that I actually emptied a bunch of these. So this one's empty, this one's empty, this one's empty, this one's empty, and, well, that one's full. So because they're empty, obviously the weight's further forward than it should be. But what I'm going to do is actually add a line of weight back here on both sides. And I'm going to do it twice. Possibly one more time, actually, but I'll just do this. There we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and paint all of this in, obviously. And hopefully that's good. Doesn't have a very deep hole, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's just see what it's like now. I'm going to save it as it is. And we're going to try our best to float this thing around. Please say it's still floating. I did add a lot of weight, to be fair, but we'll see. Alright, it's still floating. Floats a heck of a lot nicer than it did. And now when we sail around, it should look pretty good. Turn that on, turn this on. There we go, nav lights, very good. Sit in the helm and let's go! Please say we get decent speeds out of this now. And that it looks right. It's a lot flatter in the water, which is sort of what you want. And speed? It's a tiny bit slower, but that's okay. A lot more weight is on this thing. That is good. All right, well, I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. I do still feel like it might need some weapons, but that can wait for now. Good. All right, let's go ahead and head back, add more fuel to this thing, and do our first mission. Before I forget, we need flares. We actually do need flare launchers. We're going to go ahead and shove 1, 2, 3, 4 of those up here, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this and this, and then I'm going to do it in the middle as well, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Shove that on there and this on here. And then I've got to line all of those up so that they all fire. There we go. I should maybe do it in a line the other way, actually. Let's do it this way. So from there to there, there to there, there to there. And then back across. There to there, there to there, there to there. Yes. Slowly but surely. Think we're getting there. Maybe. That one goes to there, there we go, this one goes to here, and this one finally goes to here. Okay, so the first one that launches is this one, and that is gonna be on 1, I guess? Yeah, 1 is gonna launch a flare. I'm then gonna have to go into each of these, and they're all gonna have to be, chaff. So go all the way to the end with chaff. There we go, do it all the way through, and that's it. So essentially... what this will do is stop the enemies from being able to annihilate me with a missile, essentially. So, yeah, we will go ahead and turn all of these into chaff. There we go. Is that all of them? It looks like it is. There we go. Perfect. Nice. We really did need that. I had to remove some seats so that I could shove in a defibrillator and an underwater welder just in case we need them. And before we actually go for a journey, I am going to put diesel back in these tanks. If I didn't do that, then we would have had some serious issues, possibly, because, well, we'd probably run out of diesel. Anyway, I'm happy now to go. We only have $413 remaining, so let's get to it. I am going back to bed. Now, you might think that's weird, but going back to bed before we go and do any missions or anything like that is a good idea. One, because it was very foggy and I can't see a single thing. And two, because, well, reasons. Anyway, it is currently like the best weather I've ever seen outside, and there is a mission that we can go do. However, it does bring us closer to the enemy. I think we can do it, though. I think we can do it. So, let's jump inside. I am going to go ahead and put a compass in real quick just before we leave. And then hopefully we are good. I have changed the color of this thing. I've gone ahead and replaced the white and the red. I've swapped them around. And that's all good. Anyway, compass. Let's get a compass ball. We will be chucking it. Up here, I guess? I guess? So let's do that. Here we go. Delete this guy. Chuck it right there. Excellent. We're obviously going to go ahead and paint that correctly. And that bit right there. And we're going to go. This is it. This is it. Jump on board. Oh. My game seemed like it was going to die there. What's going on here? What the... I don't know what's happened there. Anyway, let's start the engines. And let's get going. Alright, there we go. Nav lights. Deck lights. I don't even know what the mission is. I should probably check what the mission is before I go try and do it, but it's fine. Alright, so we need to head in a... I can't even see the compass. A northeasterly direction, I do believe. Yeah, like northeast. That seems fine. Hopefully that is northeast. Almost. Alright, turn a little bit more. Maybe that's fine? A little bit more, maybe? Alright, there we go. That seems like it'll be fine to me. So, with the new paint job, does it look better or does it look worse? I have no idea, actually. I think red just doesn't suit the boat. Which is really annoying, because I really want it to suit the boat. What is that out there? Oh, I think that's actually the mission. They seem to have fired a flare already, and there's the boat. Okay, so we gotta get over there. We are gonna... Is it on fire? It does appear... I don't think it is on fire, but we might have to do a rescue, a repair, so I'm gonna grab this. How many people are on there? Oh, it doesn't even say yet. That's crazy. Well, I can see it, so that's good. I do have to make sure that whatever this is doesn't come towards me. Whatever that is doesn't come towards me. There's 2 enemy helicopters, and then the medium vessel. I need to make sure I don't actually see that off to my side at some point as well. There's a lot that we need to watch out for. Apparently it's 4 casualties. Alright, well, we'll grab all of those and we'll take them all back, and hopefully that'll be fine. Now that we've arrived, I'm going to go ahead and turn the beacons on. There we go. Yes. I'm also going to ram the boat. Just ignore me. I'm just ramming their boat. There we go. Excellent. Right, so outside we go. I'm going to jump onto their ship. There's 2 dead guys. I'm going to repair whatever I can repair, and then I'll repair the guys. I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of damage on here. This is crazy. Alright, here we go. Repair this little bit, and oh my, there's damage everywhere. Have I repaired everything? Oh, this little bit back here. Oh, that little bit down there. Is it repaired yet? Oh. 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 Random sparks are coming off. I don't think it's fully repaired, but I don't think I can get to where it needs repairing either. That is a bit of a problem. Anyway, grab one of these incapacitated dudes. We're going to take it over here and drop them on my ship. And then we'll grab another one. I'm going to defibrillate them once they're on. I think that makes sense. There's also damage on the side, which I think is why it hasn't successfully... Oh, wow, there's loads of damage. This is damaged underneath as well. That's crazy. Alright, grab this guy, then we'll grab these 2. In fact, I can grab them now. Come with me, and come with me. And then we'll sort them out. Alright, defibrillator, here we go. Bosh, and then shove that back in here. And then first aid kit, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Excellent. Put them inside, in a seat each, I guess. So you get to sit in that one, and you get to sit in that one. Beautiful. And then I need an underwater welder. Oh my goodness. I need to go back out there. That guy didn't come with me, so we'll sort them out. But I need to weld this first. And then all of this. There's so much damage. Oh, there we go. We got it. $2,000 for that. That's not bad. It's not bad. Come with me, you. Straight back to the hospital to drop these guys off. Is that the hospital? No, that's my island. That right there is the hospital island, so we're going to drop them off there. With that being said, is the enemy any closer to me? That one might be getting a lot closer. That one's not too bad. I don't know where the medium one is. But they were like around here somewhere, weren't they? I actually can't remember. Aha, it seems like they are going this way, which is fine by me. I do think I need to install some sort of weapon on this thing very soon. And I don't really know where it's gonna go, if I'm honest. Possibly on the front? Or maybe even on the back. I don't know. Or on the top? If it went on the top, I'd have to get rid of this stuff. But It is what it is. Maybe we will do that, maybe we won't. Also, can I just say, we have our starter base right there. And right next door is the refinery island. That's never happened to me before, ever. Like, ever. That's crazy. Nice and parked. Very good. Check all these guys outside. They don't seem to have lost any health, which is great. Let's go ahead and close that door. Follow me. Okay, follow me and follow me. And jump across. Please say they all make it. Oh, someone jumped off the other side. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but look over here. This numpty. Wait, where have they gone? What the? They're trying to die. He was literally underneath my boat. And just stopped there as well. He wasn't even like he was trying to get out. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Let's go. So I'm going to drop all of these guys off, and I'm going to check this island for some crates. Beep, beep, delivery. I'm coming in. Here we go. Delivered. Very nice. And they are all delivered. Nice and safe. That is excellent. I'm now going to go to sleep until it's daytime. And then in the morning, we're going to have a run around the island, see if I can find any crates. In fact, there could sometimes be crates inside. So there's nothing there, nothing in here, and nothing in there. Alright, never mind, no crates in here. This is very sad. Let me out. There we go. Let's have a little look around the back. Sometimes there's one here. Not today. And then now I just have to look around the island. It could be anywhere. Oh, actually I see one already. Right there. Beautiful. Okay, sometimes there's some on the beach as well, so we'll check for that. But I am going to grab this one first. How much money is this? Pow! $6,500. Excellent. Is there anything at the tree? No, doesn't seem to be anything at the tree. What about around here? No. Alright, I'm going to look in some other random places, see if there's anything there, and then we'll get out of here. Oh, I think that's another one over there. Let's have a little look. Yes, it is. Very nice. And then there is an island off to my right that I do want to look at as well, but if I don't see anything from here, I don't think there is one. I don't think I've ever seen anyone on, or anything on that island, so we're good. I didn't actually check how much money we just got there, so in the comments, let me know how much that was, because I can't, I can't see, I couldn't see. Never mind. Alright, back to base. Let's go. It's time to see if reverse in this thing actually works, so let's do it. Here we go, turn these on. Press 2. Go. Oh, sorry, I need to throttle up first. Go. Okay, yeah, reverse does actually work. That is perfect. I can't currently see. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I can't currently see the my island. What's just happened? Hopefully it does actually start. Hold on. There we go, we start the engine, off we go. Yeah, I can't see my starter base. As long as I'm going, like, due north, we're fine. So I need to keep turning? There we go, north. Still can't see it, though. I was about to say, if I didn't see it soon, I would be, very concerned. And I was sailing the wrong direction. It is over here. But we have made it back home. So, how much money do we have? $26,137. I might have just doubled... No. Wait, what? Have I doubled my money? No. I think I might have doubled my money. That's crazy, though. Hang on. If we have, like, what, 56,000... 51,000... What? We've pretty much doubled the money. That's insane. That is actually insane. Oh, there's no way. I accidentally managed to record this bit without actually having a mic setting set. So it's all not set. Anyway, what I wanted to do was add essentially a cannon to the back. I ended up adding this cannon right here, which is a light autocannon. And I added 2 of them. Yeah, so they're right next to each other. We can shoot them off together. That's all good. I was thinking I would add the ammo directly to it, but instead I've gone with those belts and I've put the ammo down below. I feel like that just sort of made sense. We also actually put bilge pumps in as well. I don't think I've got video for that, but there are bilge pumps in here now. And all of this ends up being connected together quite nicely. So there you go. I added a cannon. I'll show you guys how it works. And if there's any enemies about, we'll go get them. Turns out, though, there are currently no enemies nearby. We've got this one all the way out here, which is too far away, to be fair. We got these guys up here, again, too far away, and I don't think there's any more anywhere else nearby, so I think we're good. I think we should do another mission if we can. So I'm off to bed so that we can get a mission in the morning. Well, it turns out there is a boat out here that needs towing. Unfortunately, that does mean sailing kind of towards where the enemy was, which I guess is actually fortunately rather than unfortunately, because we do want to fight. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump across onto here. Let's go inside. Do I have fuel? Yes, I do. There's my compass outside so we can see what's going on there. We are good to go. Start your engines. Does this have electricity? Yes, it does. Okay. Let's go outside. All right, throttle this up. Throttle this up a little bit. Hopefully we'll start moving, which we are. Deck lights don't really need to be on right now. Beacons definitely don't need to be on right now. We are good to go. All right, throttle her up. Let's get out of here. I need to remember to use chaff if I need to. Okay. This looks a lot better without the red, I think. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But, yeah, we need to be heading pretty much straight west right now. So that is what we'll do. Straight west. Perfect. We're going to be sailing straight past the refinery. Let's have a little look up there, see if I can see any crates. So far, I actually can't see any crates. Let's have a little look outside. No crates there. What about on top of these? Sometimes there is. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it's on the bridge as well. I don't actually see any crates up there. No, I don't think there is any. There might be one on the bridge at the back, but I won't be able to see that. Alright, whatever. The refinery being right next door is pretty crazy. It really is. That's insane. So, apparently it's somewhere just off these islands. This guy is getting further away, by the way, so we're unlikely to fight anything. At least right now, but very soon we likely will, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, just past this island on the left somewhere should be a... What am I doing? A blue speedboat that requires transportation. Okay, we're going to try and tow with this vehicle. Don't know how I feel about that, actually. We'll figure it out. I think I found it. There it is. Okay, so, unfortunately, the space that I was going to drag it onto my boat with, or the area where it was going to go, is currently taken up a little bit. There is now an autocannon turret there instead, which is not really great when it comes to towing, but we'll see what happens here. I might have gone into this the wrong way around. Let me just turn around. Okay, so, let's turn off my engine so I don't chop myself up. That would be really bad. That'd be really bad. I need a rope from here. We're going to attach it onto there. And we're going to attach it onto here. Oh, that was actually really easy. Winch out just a little bit. There we go. And instead of towing it like miles behind, we're actually just going to do this. Okay. Point us in the right direction. That'd be great. There we go. Excellent. And then we're going to try and just whack it on my ship. Here we go. Winch in. Might be causing myself a bit of an issue here. I don't think this is supposed to happen. This doesn't seem particularly right. Well, I thought there was going to be a bit of a disaster, so I ran inside. But actually, if we winch out now, we're going to be A-okay. There we go. Leave it like that. That's all good. Are we full throttled? We are. We're probably going quite slow. It's not actually that bad. We're good. We're good. It's fine. So we're going to drag this all the way home and hope for the best, I guess. So we're going to be going like southeast? No, wait. Yeah, southeast. This is correct. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh man, it got really dark. Like, it got really, really dark. Spotlights on, so we... Oh my goodness. So we can see what's going on, and we should have ourselves a delivery. There we go, $4,900. That is not too shabby whatsoever. Let's go ahead and turn the... Actually, leave the lights on. Leave the nav lights on. Whatever. Yep, let's run back. We'll disconnect it from here. We'll put this back down there, and... I think I'm happy with that. That's not too bad. What I'm going to do now is go to bed. Not too shabby. It is now daytime. That is the boat that we rescued, and it's lovely. It looks nice. Wait, actually, paint? Question mark? What's going on there? Anyway, there is a mission. There is actually an extreme weather warning as well. That's a problem. But apparently, I could drop off this boat to there. The reason I'm not going to do that is because this is such a short distance, we won't get very much money. And I want more money. Anyway, what I am going to do is head back home. So let's jump back onto the boat and head straight back to our area. Yeah. All right, start your engines. Throttle this thing up as well. And off we go. Yeah. So we're going to go straight back home now. Might as well turn off the lights. There's no point in having spotlights on right now. Or deck lights, to be fair. And off we go. Is this one of the best starter boats I've ever made? I think it is. Well, we've made it back home, and, yeah, no problems yet. Still no enemies, like, kind of near? Although these ones are relatively close. I don't want to go up and fight two at once. That seems like a really bad idea. The boats that I think we should be fighting with our boat are probably around the size of our boat as well, rather than anything, like, huge. So let's save this, make sure we've got everything that we need. And that's it. There we go. That is the first episode, I think, done. I did want to fight something in today's video, but unfortunately, it just won't happen because then they're not nearby, and well, those two are too close to each other. I'll just die. So I'm going to end this video here for now. We ended up building a full starter boat, and we've tested it out a little bit, doing a few missions. It hasn't been in bad weather just yet, like there's been no big waves, but we haven't done too bad. So I'm going to end this here. Again, this is only going to be like a 5-part series, unless we end up making it more. But for now, thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.